here's an exercise that was done to open up the hips. And sometimes I see people doing it this way. You're not opening up your hips, you're actually locking it. And you're hinging from your knee. You're stretching the front of your knee, developing power through your quads to stabilize here, and developing power here to keep yourself from bending. That locks your hip. That's not going to help you open it. So just to give you a reference point, if you come against the wall like this, I want you to push your tailbone forward, pull your ribs away from the wall. I don't want you to pull your shoulder away from the wall because that'll arc your back, compress back here. It'll compress your spine and create a lot of congestion. What you want to do is pull your belly button away from your wall while you push your tailbone into the wall. That way you're hinging as a straight line here and here, opening this angle. And that's what you want to do. Tailbone into the wall, belly button away to open up the front of your hips. Still help you develop power and stability through your core and your rib cage, but at the same time it's going to open up your hips in the front. Now, if you want to arc your spine, you want to be able to reach up and arc the 32 vertebrae in your spine evenly. Not like this where it's all in the mid-back, pulling your belly button in to arc the spine evenly to open up the front. Okay? So when you extend or bend your back, you always want to think about even movement. Now, the shoulder movement, if you were to do this standing up, you're bearing the weight of your shoulders. These muscles are working a lot harder. If the intention is to relax the shoulders, it's best to do it on the ground so you're not supporting the weight. As you bring your arm up, the arm moves up along the joint. It rolls to the top of the joint and it gets locked. You need to pull that arm bone down to create more space so that it can roll further. So as you bring your arm up, you need to think about dropping your shoulders down your back and allow the arm to come up higher. Turning your thumbs back will make it easier. But you probably felt that as you're pulling your arm up, you're focusing so much, the strength in your back pushes your rib cage forward. So now you have to find the muscles around your lower ribs to pull that back in to open up your back. It's only the waistline here that should come up. Everything around your ribs should push into the floor so that you don't compress your back. So the rib cage is pulling into here. As your ribs get really stiff, it makes it very difficult. So don't focus too much on this when you want to relax your shoulder. Focus more on your shoulder to roll. Once you get that to relax, then you focus more on depressing the rib cage, pushing it into the spine as you take a breath, and using the expansion of your lungs to stretch out your rib cage. And as you do that, you're going to mobilize and strengthen here. The other thing that you need to do is mobilize your spine. So you need to suck in this rib cage here as you tuck your chin in and curl up. It's like bending a piece of wood. You need to put pressure in the middle in order to create that curvature. And the pressure comes from here. So take a deep breath in without letting your spine move. Breathe in to lengthen your neck. Breathe out, compressing your rib cage to round your back. And this needs to compress and pull in all the time. Once it distends out, your back is going to arc instead of rounding. All of this pressure needs to come in. Try not to tighten your neck too much because this tight muscles will lock up the neck as well. So everything along here, the chest up should be relaxed. All the power comes from the belly button to curl. And that will help you round your back. If your back is really stiff, you're going to create a lot of work for yourself. And that work can eventually get you stuck. So don't do it too much. Do a couple to condition the muscles, just to try and activate them. But the more effort needs to be on trying to round and loosen your back. To do this, best to do it underneath a table so that your leg is stabilized without much effort. But if you need to, get a pair of shoes, hang on to the laces, and just try to relax and allow gravity to open up these leg muscles. When they relax, the back will slowly follow. So just as an exercise right now, you want to, do a couple of these curls just to condition, activate the muscles. Don't fatigue yourself. Working that curl, now you do the opposite to open up the front of that hips. Stability, open, and stretch out the front. Rock yourself to the side, loosen up the shoulder a little bit. Go back to the stretch, okay?